Hello everybody, my name is William, and where we last left off, we had just finished the creation of 3 megalosaurs. So, in today's episode, we're going to build them a nice natural home. If this is not exactly where I last left off, I do apologize. We did have one very small crash, and so I was down to the last autosave, which is where we are at now. So, I'm going to start off leveling some ground. I'm going to make quite a large habitat for these ones, as I think in future when we have the woolly rhino, I would like to make this a combined species habitat. One, because that is a more natural environment for the animals. Two, because I think that would be cool. Like, you go to the park, you see an like Ice Age exhibit, and you're like, oh, like, here it is, you know, here is like, this is a screenshot or a snapshot of the Ice Age. Right, so let's actually flatten out the ground properly. Yeah, nice and flat. Nice and flat. All around. Right, and angle snap. To degrees, please. There we go. And you. Nice. There we go. We've created a pretty large area. So, in the part I recorded for this that we lost due to the crash, I decided what I was going to do was use a Stone Age palisade and break down the sections so that we can then create natural viewing points at breaks in the fences. So, e.g., don't want to do big, long sections. We'd rather do short ones like this, and then like this. And we'll turn that off. Go like this, and create a small one there like that. And then maybe we could go a longer one there. Maybe we could create something like that, and then a big long one over there. And in there, we can put in a staff gate. One thing I would like to see is possibly being able to not customize staff gates, but being able. Can I? No. Yeah, I would like different sorts of staff gates. So, and if I do that, make that into a glass viewpoint, perhaps like that, and then same over here. There's a good one. That would be a good one. Yeah, something like that. Nice. Right, so that is 5,000 meters, which is plenty enough for Megalosaurus, I do believe. If I look at my Paleopedia, also create an adult one. I created 3 babies. I've now realized that obviously they probably kind of need some form of adulting around so that they develop properly. Yeah, so with 4 female, 5 female, let's go for 7 female, 6 females. And then, yeah, if we had 2 males to make sure that we've got a healthy genetic population, even if we had the max, yeah, we'd just not have enough room for having 13 or 14 animals in here. So this is, I would consider, a pretty good... Okay, so let's go for... Let's have a look at the Paleopedia again. I should really stop closing that so quick. Temperate, coastal, boreal. Right. Let's create a boreal forest. Respect watermark, yes. Okay. Is there a way I can... If I turn down the intensity and go for boreal pine forest. Okay, yeah, and then if I increase the intensity, will that spawn more trees? It does. Right, I've got an idea. What we're gonna do is go back. On one side, we'll put it over this side. What we'll do is we'll make this very tree thick. Alright. This is a dense forest area. Let's also maybe add in a few different sorts of trees by just spam clicking. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a densely forested bit. There we go. Look at that. Right? What we can then do is maybe if we... Let's see, how much do they want? They want actually quite a lot of forest, don't they? We are actually in the high end for forest, so if we... maybe we could remove a few trees like that. That might help. Has brought it back a little bit, hasn't it? Maybe we'll just like cut, sparse it out on one side. That'll help. Yep. Okay. And then what we can do is we can create the tundra and forest fields that they would have seen in real life. So lots of bushes, lots of tundra, lots of fields. Is there like a way to make maybe temperate field? Yeah, increase the amount of flower. Yeah, because these guys are just big grazers, aren't they? They just graze. Actually, that's probably just too much for them, isn't it? Yeah, if we reduce that and then go back to just temperate fields, maybe just click it through like that. Okay, and then what if we want them to have rough water, river water, pond water? Right, let's make that a nice shallow little lake for them to drink from. So that, yeah, that is deeper. Nice. And then we could do some coastal prairie. Yeah, just to get some ferns. stuff growing on the riverbanks. Nice. I think this is going to look really cool. So, so that we don't get Nigel screaming at us, let's go for a 4-meter tray of plants. Place that right there. And we could also maybe add, for some enrichment, we could add false log plants. There we go. Add that over in the forest. Oh, that's a bit big for them, isn't it? Climbing tree, animal metallic walkway, termite mound, hay clump. Yes, they'll like hay. They are deer. I don't know much, but from my years on a farm, they like hay. Cool. We'll wait for Malvina to be ready, and we will put them down. Not put them down, obviously. We want them. They are going to be cool animals. That's a bit annoying, but we'll just ignore that. Early access, woo! You are all ready. So, deer.
If we keep these animals well fed, we'll be less likely to run from issues down the line. Literally.
Whoa. Hello?
My word, what a majestic creature. Megalosaurus always takes my breath away. Although the suffix "cerus" is commonly translated to horn, deer-like Megalosaurus have antlers, not horns. The difference is that horns are covered by keratin sheaths, while antlers are pure bone.
No accessible food. Enclosure 278. We have not made that many. Right, let's call the keeper. I think we do have... We should have plants in reserve. Yes. Yeah, we got loads of plants. Right. What's the issue here? No storage. Okay, no, it's sorted. Okay, let's have a look at our deer. Where are they? Oh, they're over here somewhere. Welfare. Right. Terrain. Oh, we got that forest perfectly. Biomes. Yep, they are happy with all of that. Water. Yep, we've got a suitable amount of water. Like a little pond. Milestone. Right. Animal points. Bonuses. Paleobotany. Oh, cool. So yeah, being... Look at that. You would be excited, wouldn't you? This is a giant animal that humans have not seen for a very, very long time. These are actually animal humans would have seen. These guys existed until, I believe, roughly something along the lines of 36,000 years ago. Probably went around about the same time as the most of the megafauna of the age. The reason being primarily, from the looks of it, due to human hunting. Since these are massive, let's bring up the size comparison. Since these are huge, and that's only a female, large males were very easily hunted. These sorts of thick forests that they lived near, simply they couldn't move deep enough into them, so humans would hunt them by forcing them towards trees, where the large males would eventually be hunted down and killed, especially during the rutting season, where they would have been very, very weak from all the fighting. So, yeah, these animals, unfortunately, I believe are one of the first ones that we kind of know that we hunted to extinction. They were very common in cave art as well. Yeah, so by these animals being so big, they weren't as fast as what we would assume other deer to be. So, you know, your usual deer is incredibly fast. These guys not as fast, but still very fast, but huntable by humans. And that was their unfortunate mistake. With the large males killed off, these deer slowly died out, as well as a changing climate 100% would have helped in their extinction, as they couldn't adapt fast enough. Sexual selection via the males being killed by humans, the large males being killed off by humans, also would have meant that these animals would have got smaller and smaller over time. So even if they hadn't died out, they 100% would not have been the size that they grow to, even if they were able to adapt in time. An unfortunate one, definitely a sad one. I have seen the fossil of one of these animals. We had one in my local museum. We had the antlers and skull of one that had been preserved in I believe it was found in an Irish peat bog. Yeah, just truly a wonderful creature, and it is very sad that this giant of a deer is gone. They made a massive impact on our ancient relatives. They are very often depicted in cave art and in what's it called? They're like ivory carvings and those sorts of things. So they were clearly an important creature to our past, and is a shame that we will maybe never see their likeness again. But yeah, that is the sad part of today's episode. So instead, let's look at park services. Let's look at a research station. I don't know where the entrance to this is. I don't think it actually matters. So I'm going to stick it down here on the edge of the map. And we'll also put a fossil depot attached to the side of it. Aha! It's like a little university research station section. Okay. There we go. The pathing section was struggling for a bit there. But, yeah, we've created what I think is a pretty neat little deer habitat. It's a big animal. Everyone likes that. Everyone likes to come in. They go, wow, that's a huge deer. And then everyone's so excited. Right. So, let's look at fossils. What can we get? That is a dinosaur. That is probably Iguanodon. Am I right in saying? That is around about Exeter. That's where Iguanodon come from. That's the German formation. Bavaria, and that's plants. Dinosaur. Is there any mammals? We like mammals. Oh, that will be... I don't know. That, I believe, will be Indrakaphir? Event, new regulations. Tax relief. Ooh. Yeah, that will be Indrakaphir. That's the largest mammal to ever walk on land. That, to me, looks like some form of Chinese woolly rhino or other mammal. Right, Europe. Europe is where the mammals be. We've got Megalosaurus. Cool. What could be there? That's woolly rhino, some form of cave lion. The mammoth and the bear. Where can we find small dinosaurs? Liananosauri. Yes. Bad weather. No. Right. I have no clue what that is. That could be Smilodon, or that could be some form of ancient pig. That is definitely Smilodon, okay. Smilodon populator. That is the Titanoboa. Dilophosaurus. Let's see, where's Hell Creek again? Hell Creek. Where is the Hell Creek formation? There it is. Morrison Formation, no. Morrison Formation. That's where you get a lot of dinosaurs that everybody likes. The tar pits! La Brea tar pits. Those are where a lot of cool things come from, and we like those. Yeah. Right, anyway, first thing I think we want to do is research this one. Let's research induced androgenesis. Right, what does that mean? It means we can make males, right? We want that so that we can make big bull megalosaurus, so we can create a nice herd. People want to see these animals in a somewhat natural environment. Ed, you... you... Okay. No. Oh, God. Where is it? Oh, right, yeah. Okay. So. Where can we make the education happen? Is that the correct way around? Yes? Let's put that, like, on the fence. Like that. Megalosaurus. Yes. People can be educated about this very cool deer. I promise I don't have some weird fixation on deer. It's just anything that, like, gets, like, the ancient part of my brain is itched by the idea of animals that humanity has definitely seen. I think it would have been obviously not an amazing time. These people were dying very young by our standards, but a beautiful time to be alive, and a time where to be human was to struggle against the elements and to strive to be something more. And I think we can often lose sight of that. And these people who saw these animals in real life, they believed in something greater than themselves, and they wanted to be remembered, and they wanted people to remember these animals. And I think it's insane the amount of detail they put into recording how these animals looked. I mean, we know, for example, European cave lions have had manes because the cave paintings show the ones with manes having balls. they put so much effort into it, and I think it's so fundamentally human, and it just gets the anthropology part of my brain just absolutely going, and I don't think I could ever not I could ever not be amazed by the animals that existed in the past.
Each one of the male's antlers
So yeah,
are almost
that's
as
my
long as
that's
I'm
my nerd
tall.
rage.
Each one of the male's antlers having to balance two Nigels on your head. Just imagine having to balance two Nigels on your head.
Right, your welfare is actually fine. It's Richmond, it's group, isn't it? Yeah, it's group. You want some males, which I think we can now actually make. So, what if we go to here? Yes, and can we not? No, is it not that time yet? How much longer do we have? Research. No, induced. Oh, research complete. Males. Male. We are gonna have to make a babby. Let's make. Would like him to just start having rappers. That's cute. We'll have him. Nope. What are you doing in there? You get out of there. Is there camera settings? Hide interface. Oh, that's cool. Is there a take picture? No, there isn't. Sorry about that. I was taking a quick little screenshot, just for the sake of probably the thumbnail, but we have a male. He is still counted as babby, but is here. And that should help out the social
The man who first
dynamic
described
a little
Megalosaurus
bit.
antlers
What is the problem?
mistook them for those of an elk. The man who first described Megalosaurus antlers live in Ireland. Mistook them for those of an elk. This case of mistaken identity resulted in the name the Irish elk. This case of mistaken identity elks and Megalosaurus aren't even close cousins. Despite the fact elks and Megalosaurus aren't even close cousins.
Adolescent. Right, okay, so they need to be adolescents to affect her social group. But your social group. Amount of babies that guardian can support. Nice. Mother. Okay, adopted, right. Sweet. So. They are following her around. You are technically a adolescent? Yes. But I think you'll very, very soon possibly produce and some babbies. Some babbies, please. Will you be old enough to make babby? Right. Animal ranking. Okay. Very cool.